We're tracking an interesting surge in inventory this week and also tracking interest rates. Where are they going and what impact are they having? That's what we're covering and more in this week's report. As always, thanks for taking a few minutes to join us for our weekly look at real-time market insights into our local housing market. My name is Scott Parker. I'm the Vice President of Sales and Marketing here at John Green Realtor, and I'll be taking you through this week's findings. So let's get into it. First with new listings for the 4 counties that we serve. And you can see for the first time in a single week in 2023 has outpaced the same week in 2022. So this could be just an outlier, but it is going to create some really strong signals about the health of the market in the upcoming weeks. So very interesting first data point here for this week's report. Here's contract activity, and we're getting that typical September fall market bump that we see in pretty much this time every year. So we'll continue to track that as well in upcoming weeks. Here's showing activity. And we love this great forward-looking indicator because those are upstream buyers that are actively looking at homes. And it's been a roller coaster these past few weeks. We saw it cool off to 2022 levels, which made us comment that maybe we're starting to see some changes. But then it came roaring back last week and actually caught up with 2021 levels. So with that big spike in new listings this past week, let's watch this closely in the upcoming week. Hypothetically, with more homes available, we should see a natural spike in the number of showings if demand is stable. So this is going to be really telling over the next 7 to 14 days. Here's off-market activity. That's those homes that went off the market because they couldn't find a buyer. And this number bounced back a bit, but still remains at historically low levels, as you can see. Market balance metrics, so 60% is considered normal balance here. Contracts and listings were pretty even week over week, so not much of a change here. And same thing when we add in off-market activity. Pretty much unchanged week over week. Here's a big picture look for this week. It's mortgage rate projections. So it's been very evident, especially in the last couple months, that elevated mortgage rates are holding demand somewhat at bay. A lot of our agents are working with through conversations with buyers that they want to hold until interest rates improve. So will that happen? Well, it does seem to be a consensus that rates will subtly decline in the next year. But this is a good reminder that those were the exact same predictions as last year, and we know that rates really haven't moved. And here's a kind of a rolling trend line of that. In fact, they're even a tad bit higher this year than the same time last year. And so we know this is definitely impacting the psyche of buyers. Last year it was, I'll buy and then refinance in the near future, where this year it's, our rates going to drop? That's the big question. And the answer is we don't know. None of us have a crystal ball, but one thing we can tell you for sure is that we will continue to keep our finger on the pulse of this weekly so that you can be informed. So to recap, a strong pop in inventory is going to tell us a lot over the next few weeks about the market. So make sure to stay tuned. And we're all guessing on where interest rates are going, but we know for sure that rates are playing a strong role in current and future demand. So we'll continue to track it very, very closely as always. So thank you for joining us for this week's report. And we'll see you again here next week.